Here's the truth you're not ready to hear. Infidelity doesn't begin in the bedroom. It starts much earlier, in places you'd never suspect. One day, everything feels fine, and the next, she's already emotionally drifting away, right under your nose. The worst part, you're sitting across from her at dinner, completely oblivious. But by the time you notice, it's too late. Infidelity isn't just physical, it's emotional, psychological, and it can happen in the most unsuspecting places. Keep watching, because I'm about to reveal 6 hidden places where betrayal begins. And trust me, number 6 will blow your mind. If you want more truths like this, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And hey, let me know, what city are you watching from? I want to hear from you. Chapter 1. The Silent Gym. Listen carefully, because this one hits hard. The gym isn't just about getting fit. For many women, it's a stage where they test if they still have it, and if you're the guy who thinks she's just there for health, you've already missed the warning signs. Here's the truth you're avoiding. When a woman feels invisible at home, the gym becomes her mirror, not the one in the bathroom, but the one that reflects male attention. Every glance, every compliment from her trainer, every "you're looking great today," isn't about fitness. It's about validation. Validation, my friend, is the fuel that keeps desire burning. David, 46, had been dating his girlfriend for 5 years. Everything seemed stable until she joined a gym. At first, he was supportive, thinking it was all about health. But then things started to change. She'd dress up before her workouts, spend more time at the gym, and even text someone late into the night. One evening, David glanced at her phone. He wasn't expecting much, but what he saw stopped him in his tracks. A message from her trainer. "Love the way you push through those last reps. Your body's changing fast." It was from him, not from David. David had been the steady, reliable boyfriend. But at the gym, his girlfriend was looking for something else. Something he stopped giving her. Attention. And that trainer? He was giving it to her in spades. Here's the lesson you need to absorb. It's not about the gym. It's about the fact that you've stopped noticing her, stopped seeing the small changes. If you leave that space empty, someone else will gladly step in. So, what do? You don't need flowers or apologies. You need to show up, reclaim your presence, reignite her desire by being the man who notices, the one who sees her again. If you don't, someone else will. Chapter 2. The Office That Never Sleeps. Listen up, because this is where most men get blindsided. Infidelity doesn't always start with physical attraction. It starts with emotional connection, and that connection can be born in the office. You think her workplace is just about emails, deadlines, and meetings, but for her, it's where she begins to feel noticed again. And if you're not paying attention, someone else will. Here's the hard truth. Women cheat because they crave connection, not just sex. At work, she might find that connection, the small moments that make her feel special. It doesn't start with secret meetings or romantic confessions. It starts with someone remembering how she likes her coffee, asking her about her day, laughing at her jokes like they actually matter. These little gestures build a bridge, and over time, that bridge might pull her away from you. Take Mark, 52, who had been married to Linda for almost 30 years. Everything seemed stable until Linda started talking more about a coworker named Jason. At first, Mark didn't think much of it, but then he noticed something. Jason knew intimate details about Linda that Mark hadn't heard in years. Her favorite band, her dreams from college, even her anxieties about turning 50. Linda wasn't sneaking around. She was staying late at work, texting Jason, and sharing personal things she hadn't shared with Mark in ages. When Mark confronted her, Linda swore nothing physical had happened, and she wasn't lying. But emotionally, she had already checked out. Jason had become the man who listened, the one who made her feel understood and valued. Here's the takeaway. If you think paying the bills and fixing the car is enough, you're wrong. Women don't leave because their lives are hard. They leave because they feel unseen, emotionally neglected. If you don't invest in that emotional connection, someone else will. And by the time you realize it, you're already losing. Chapter 3. The coffee shop. Let me tell you something you're probably not ready to hear. The coffee shop is a far more dangerous place than you think. You might believe she's just grabbing a latte and reading a book, but here's the reality. She's testing something. She's testing whether she can still be noticed, still be desirable. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss it. Here's the hard truth. She's not just looking for caffeine, she's looking for validation. You stop seeing her, and now she's putting herself back on stage for someone else. She'll dress a little nicer, wear that lipstick she hasn't worn for months, and pick a seat by the window, where the light flatters her face. Why? Because she wants to see if someone else will notice, if someone else will make her feel alive again. Don't believe me? Let me paint the picture for you. She walks into the coffee shop. She looks good, maybe even posts a selfie. You probably don't even notice. Why should you? You're busy. But to her, it's more than just a drink. It's a way to feel seen. When a stranger gives her a compliment, tells her she looks nice, she feels a spark. And if you're not noticing her at home, someone else will. Here's the kicker. It's not even about the coffee. It's about what the coffee shop represents. The space where she can feel attractive, feel like she's wanted, not just by you, but by the world. She's testing the waters, seeing if she can still pull attention without your approval. If you're not giving her that, don't be surprised when someone else does. So, what do? Don't accuse her. Don't turn into the paranoid, controlling boyfriend who stalks her every move. Instead, reappear. Notice her changes. Ask her what she's up to, and do it with genuine curiosity, not suspicion. If you want to keep her, you've got to be the one who makes her feel like she's worth noticing, not some random guy at the counter. Remember, if she's looking for attention outside the house, you've already lost her presence. Don't wait until it's too late. Chapter 4. Late-night social media. Let's talk about something most men ignore, social media. You think it's harmless, just some late-night scrolling while she's next to you in bed. But here's the truth. It's one of the most dangerous places for emotional betrayal. Those likes, messages, and DMs aren't as innocent as you think. They're doors opening that you don't even know exist. Social media is a playground for validation. For a woman who feels ignored, it's a space to feel desired again. It doesn't need to be physical. Just one message, one compliment, one good morning from someone else is enough to pull her away emotionally. Take Tom, 41. He had been dating a younger woman for 5 years. One night, while he thought she was asleep, he noticed her smiling at her phone in the dark, a smile he hadn't seen in months. Later, he found out she'd been reconnecting with her ex through late-night DMs. No physical affair, just messages that made her feel seen and valued. Here's the painful truth. Emotional betrayal often starts in the mind. Social media makes it easy to create a world where she's desired, where she gets the attention you stopped giving her. Every text, every message chips away at the bond you have. So, what should you do? Don't grab her phone or start playing detective. That's weakness. The real solution is to reclaim your presence offline. Be the one who makes her feel alive in the real world, so those online moments start to feel hollow. If you're not showing up for her, someone else will, and it'll be too late before you even realize it. Chapter 5. Social gatherings. Here's a place you've probably never considered, social gatherings. You think the real danger happens behind closed doors, in secret conversations or dark hotel rooms. But no, it can happen right under your nose, at parties, weddings, or even office functions. In a room full of people, a woman can rediscover her power, and if you're not careful, you'll watch her transform right in front of your eyes. The trick here is simple. Women thrive on attention. And when she feels invisible at home, social gatherings become the perfect stage for her to shine. In these environments, she gets to dress up, look radiant, and step out of her usual routine. Add in a few compliments, a little flirting, and she starts to feel alive again. And in a crowd, the best part, there's no accountability. She can flirt, laugh, and get attention without anyone judging her. It's all part of the game, and if you're not paying attention, you'll be left in the background. Take this example. At a recent charity event, James, 38, stood beside his girlfriend, Olivia. They were surrounded by colleagues and friends. But, as the evening wore on, James started noticing something he hadn't before. Olivia was receiving compliments from other men. One told her she looked stunning. Another mentioned her smile was contagious. And what did James do? Nothing. He was busy chatting with friends, assuming everything was fine. But Olivia, she was basking in it. Every compliment, every lingering glance, made her feel something she hadn't felt in a while. Alive. Here's the thing you're missing. In that moment, James wasn't the man who made Olivia feel important. He was just the guy holding her drink while someone else stole her attention. So, how do you stop this? Don't panic. Don't get jealous. Don't try to control her. The key is to hold your frame. Own the room with quiet confidence and presence. Women don't want to be with a man who begs for attention. They want the one who doesn't need to chase it. If you're the one who makes her feel desired and important, no one else will have a chance. If you're too passive in these moments, someone else will step in and make her feel seen. You've got to show up, or you risk losing her to the spotlight. Remember, the seed of infidelity doesn't always start in the bedroom. It starts on the dance floor, in the laughter, and in the eyes of someone else who knows how to make her feel wanted. Chapter 6. Alone Moments. Here's where it gets tricky. Those private, one-on-one moments that seem harmless, but are far more dangerous than you think. The ones that happen when everyone else leaves, when she engineers an opportunity for just the two of you to be alone. It's not about casual advice or errands. It's about testing boundaries, seeing how far she can push without crossing the line. These accidental moments, they're calculated. A woman doesn't need to say, "I want you." She just needs to linger after a meeting, ask for help carrying files, or suggest staying a few minutes after everyone leaves. It's not about the task, it's about the tension. Take Paul, 55, who had been married for 25 years. He joined a local community board. One woman, also married, began finding excuses to be alone with him. "Can you help me with these files?" Or, "Would you mind staying after everyone leaves?" At first, Paul didn't think much of it, but one evening, as they stood in the empty hall, the air changed. She looked at him a little too long. For the first time in years, Paul felt desired. But here's the truth. He wasn't her prize. He was just a reflection of her desire to feel wanted. If Paul had leaned in, he would have given her the power she was seeking. She would have used him to prove she still had it and then moved on, leaving him holding the regret. So, what should you do? Recognize these moments for what they are. A test. Set your boundaries. Don't give in to the rush of temptation. A man who controls the tension controls the game. If you don't, you'll find yourself lost in a story you never should have entered.